Hey everyone, we're going to continue our operations with multi-digit decimals by doing multiplication. Now, multiplication is different than addition and subtraction in that you do not need to line up the decimal places when you multiply. We're actually going to remove the decimal places from this problem until we get to the end, and then we're going to reinsert them. Because when you multiply decimals, the number of decimal places in the answer comes from a combination of the decimal places in each part of the problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to count the decimal places in each part of the problem. So this one has 1, 2, 3, and this one has 1. So my final answer should have 4 decimal places. And then this problem becomes 14 times 37. And I'm going to use the standard algorithm for multiplying whole digits, or whole numbers, sorry. You can multiply these numbers however you would like to, whatever is most comfortable for you. I'm going to use the standard algorithm. So 37 times 14. I like to put the larger number on top. It's a personal preference. So 4 times 7 is 28. Carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. I can't move over until I put that 0 in to move over to the tens place, and then 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 3 is 3. And then I'm going to add these two things together. 8 plus 0 is 8, 4 plus 7 is 11, carry the 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 1 more is 5. Then I'm going to insert my decimal place. So I know that I'm supposed to have 4 decimal places in my answer here. The decimal starts at the end of the number, and then I'm going to move it in 4 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's my new decimal point, and then I'm going to put a 0 as a placeholder, and then I also like the leading 0. So I'm going to have 0.0518 as my final answer. In part B, same thing. I'm going to count. So 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. So I'm going to have 5 decimal places at the end. So this problem then becomes 67 times 142. Now with a 2-digit by a 3-digit number, I am going to do the 3-digit number on top and the 2-digit on the bottom. Again, it's a personal preference. I like the larger number on top. Sorry. So 142 times 67, 7 times 2 is 14, carry the 1, 7 times 4 is 28, plus 1 is 29. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. And then I'm going to move over 1, 6 times 2 is 12, carry the 1, 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25, carry the 2. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And then I'm going to add these things together. So 4, 9 plus 2 is 11, 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 5 is 15, and then 8 plus 1 is 9. So 9514. And then I'm going to insert my decimal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 place values. And then I like the leading 0. So 0.09514. In my last one here, this is going to be 1 decimal place plus 3 decimal places, which is going to be 4 total. So I've got 147 times 11,361. And again, I like that bigger number on top. Times 147. So 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 3 is 21. Plus 4 is 25. 7 times 1 is 7. Plus 2 is 9. And 7 times 1 is 7. Then I move over. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and 4 times 1 is 4. Then I got to move over twice. before I can multiply by 1 because I got to move over to the hundreds place. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. And I'm going to add all of these together. So 7, 2 plus 4 is 6, 5 plus 4 plus 1 is 10, 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 4 is 14, plus 6 is 20, 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 7 is 15, plus 2 is 17, 4 plus 1 is 6, and then 1. And then I'm going in 4 decimal places. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not need to add in any extra digits or anything because the decimal lands in the middle of my number. So my final answer is 167.0067. Okay, so again, you're going to count the number of decimal places in each part of the problem. You're going to multiply them as if they are whole numbers and then put your decimal in your answer at the end.